What's up, guys? Deacon here with Sisu Strong, coming at you from home on Labor Day. Not in our usual filming spot, but got to spend the day with Danger Baby up at Deer Valley watching some flins. Just learned English this week. I speak American. Got to hang out with some of my friends up there, watching them ride and hang out. Took Danger Baby up there to see it all. She's getting to experience a lot of different atmospheres. I'm actually using my beard as the mic clip, which is actually really convenient for all of you bearded guys doing coaching videos. Check it out. Today we are covering some of the most important aspects as far as healthy backs and healthy knees. The deadlift and all the variations of the deadlift massively carry over to supporting the low back and overall body strength. But learning to actively engage our glutes and hamstrings and actually brace the core is going to help take a ton of pressure off of our low back and prevent fatigue there. And also helping utilize the hamstrings and glutes more will take a lot of pressure off of our knees. All of these sports, snowboarding, motocross, mountain biking, all of these action sports, you're massively engaging your quads. We're in that ready to ride stance, ready to absorb whatever's coming our way. So we want to start to learn to incorporate our hamstrings a little bit more into that, and make sure that we're utilizing as much full body awareness to get through the day. So we're going to first cover bracing and how to do that. Going to go over some of my favorite exercises that I like to add in between every deadlift. Then we're going to go over the variations and progressions we go through from the very basic movement of a hip hinge and how to do that, all the way up to the traditional deadlift, and then we'll throw in some variations that we use for the deficit deadlift and more advanced versions of that to even help strengthen that low back and upper back more. Thanks for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to the newsletter. Follow us on iTunes and YouTube for weekly updates. New podcast coming out on Thursday. And here is your Tech Tip Monday. The dead bug is by far probably one of my favorite core stabilizing exercises. What you want to be doing here is really driving your low back into the floor, using your lower obliques to pull your core down. You want to think about bracing. You want your ribs down, your chin tucked. You want that low back as flattened to the floor as possible. During these variations, if you're doing it and your low back is moving, go ahead and leave your feet on the floor. The PVC pipe hip hinge. You want to have 3 points of contact. Your head between the shoulder blades and right at the top of the tailbone. You're pushing your hips back, knees slightly bent, pushing back until you feel a hamstring stretch. And then you're squeezing the glutes and hamstrings and coming back up. This will help you learn to keep a neutral spine. Band good mornings. Core tight. Think about the same positioning that you are using with the PVC pipe. Back is flat. Core is braced. Just the same feeling as when you were doing the dead bugs. Pushing the hips back. Holding onto the band between your legs. Squeezing the glutes and driving up. Kettlebell deadlift. Exact same as the band. Good morning. Pushing the hips back as you're getting down to the bottom. Bending the knees a little bit. Flat back, tight core, squeezing the glutes and driving up. This is a kettlebell squat. Great exercise, not what we are working on. Alright, so a lot of people are going to be driving the knees forward and squatting straight down. That's not what we're going for with the kettlebell deadlift. Here's some single arm versions. The first is just a regular deadlift. You're holding the kettlebell on one side, pushing the hips back, trying to keep the hips and back as flat as possible. Nice stable position, core is tight as always. Now the variation is to go to single leg. You want to keep your back flat. You don't want to be twisting at the hips. Nice and stable core, straight line from the shoulders to the shoulder blades to the hips to the heel. Moving on to the barbell. Everything's the exact same in all these positions. Here you're just keeping the knees stiff. You have a little bit of bend in them, pushing the hips back until you feel that hamstring stretch, squeezing the glutes and coming up. And now to the big boy, the traditional deadlift. Here what you're doing is you're pushing your knees out of the way of the bar. As you're bringing the bar up, your lats and shoulder blades are in tight. Squeezing your butt at the top. When you're squeezing your butt at the top, you really want to think about driving your heels through the floor. Think about pushing the floor away instead of picking the barbell up.